So Chancellor, you walk around these halls now, a little bit different than the previous halls, right?
Lots different, and it'll be a whole lot different a year from now. I mean, this is going to be the #1 sports venue that exists in the United States of America. And Manhattan Vaughn and the folks that work for them, and the people that have had one day off in the last year, thousands. Really, it's a tribute to them. On time, on budget. They were never behind one single day. They were never over budget one single day. That is unheard of in any kind of construction, much less one this size.
Yeah, be honest, I mean, this is a massive project. It has still got a huge phase still to go, but if it's on time and it's on budget at this point, could you have imagined that for the scope of the project, even with the people behind it?
If I could imagine that, I'd have slept a lot better over the last 12 months. But no, after the first 2 or 3 months, we kind of got used to it because every report that we got from Manhattan Vaughn, every report we got from a contractor was that is exactly what was happening. Despite a few disgruntled folks in town, including a few politicians and stuff saying, oh, no, it'll never be on time. Well, it was. I mean, they did a masterful job. Perhaps one of the reasons there's so many Aggies involved in the companies and Aggies involved in the contractors, and their heart and soul went into this just like every other Aggie. But they really did an amazing job, and the thousands of men and women who work for these companies that have had one day off in the last year, Christmas Day, that have been working 97-hour weeks for the last 3 weeks, really deserve a lot of credit. And I hope when they walk in the stands and they've got those T-shirts on that say, I'm building Kyle Field, people will shake their hands and say, thank you for what you're doing.
So, as the guys behind it, could you have imagined this being on time and on budget when you go into the project? Obviously, it's a goal, but...
Well, sure. I mean, that part of the process of building these things is knowing what you're building and understanding your architect and knowing exactly what they are going to bring forth to the table. And planning for that, and having a group of people that can plan with you. And so, yeah, I mean, we expect that. That's our common issues on all of our projects. We know what we're going to build, and we know it before we ever get started, so that we price it accordingly and we schedule it accordingly, and off we go.
Biggest hurdle. Obviously, there have been moments that were less than fantastic. There was some negative publicity by a guy who used to be on this work site. I know you can't say too much about that, and obviously a fatality, which you never want to happen at any time. What other stuff did you come across that really said, man, we got to overcome this?
To me, I think it's probably dealing with the old portions of the stadium that we've kept. When you're dealing with something that's this old and this, when it was built, it may have different standards and different codes and different, quality, honestly. It's been built for time, and that's for sure, but we had to interface with it with some brand new stuff. And I would say probably, Jim, that's probably been the one thing that we had to work around daily. We had to have a lot of computer models that worked around that kind of stuff to make it happen. And credit some of these guys in the field who retrofitted as we went and literally built some of this stuff by hand right out there on that side, making it all fit together.
Jim, this has been a long period of time, sometimes a hot section of time that probably your work crews are normally working in, but it doesn't make it any more fun or easy, I would imagine.
No, but when people want to be part of this project, so they're excited to be on a big, large project like this at A&M, and so they come motivated already because they want to be a part of it, and that makes it easier. And the other big thing on a project like this is you have an end date. There's going to be a football game here on Saturday. That's a lot of motivation.
Are you an Aggie, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, I know this guy is.
Yes, sure am.
For an Aggie to be heading up this project,
right,
what does that instill inside of you?
Once in a lifetime chance. I would have never thought when I graduated here 20 some odd years ago that I would actually be the person that's helping build this thing. The pride in it, obviously. I enjoy being in meetings, and I understand the traditions. I know what this place means, and I know what we're supposed to be doing, and I know how the students are going to interact with it, and the alumni are going to interact with it. And so, it's enjoyable to be able to say, no, that maybe not what we want to do to maybe some of the team members that aren't Aggies. This is what's going to happen at this given time, and so it helps bring some of that insight as to what we all do as Aggies.
I would hope this is a once-in-a-lifetime deal because I don't know that there's enough money or enough time, quite honestly, to do this again.
You betcha. There are other universities who want to try some of the same stuff.
You might get hired after this.
Well, maybe, but you just never know. We're going to concentrate on what we have right here because we've still got a long ways to go. The milestone events that happen Saturday is part of the whole picture because there's another one that happens a year from now. But yes, you know, the grand scope of this I don't think will be replicated anytime soon. You know, to be my university who's trying to do, or not trying, who has done this, it's just a dream come true for me.
Gentlemen, Saturday's almost here. A few more things to be done, but thank you very much for taking some time for us. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.